Hello, this is Goto. Welcome back to Feed the Beast Interactions. Last time we what did we do? Circuits, crafting, and digging. Yep, I think that's what I named the episode actually. This time we want to do some stuff. What kind of stuff, you might ask? So we did make our subfloor here. Thinking for our subfloor, we're going to have power generation down here, or at least steam generation. Maybe I'll have power generation up here in the between space of our floors in our subfloor. But we're gonna make steam down here. Maybe later on, once we get our fuel upgraded, we'll be making diesel down here and stuff, and doing other processing things like ore processing and stuff. Um, but yeah, that is what we want to set up down there. However, we're going to need to set a few more things up before we can actually get our steam processing going here. And just looking at our quest completions, okay, we don't have anything relevant for us to pick up right here, right now. Alright, so today, what I actually want to get is... Ooh, a hang glider. We don't have aluminum. What I actually would like to get is... the rest of the stuff we need on our All About Energy chapter. So we finished this quest. And the other things it's recommending is going to be a... what is this thing called again? The tree beacon. So this is something from Astral Sorcery. Looks like we don't actually have to use Astral Sorcery to make it. We are going to need liquid starlight, though, and a glass lens. Never mind, we're going to need Astral Sorcery to make this stuff. So we have the tree beacon. Some barrels from Ender Utilities to actually store the items on. A barrel is like a single item bulk storage. And then some improved coke ovens. For that, we're going to need these improved coke oven controllers, and then some fluid input and output buses from Multi-Blocked is the name of that mod. It's not the GregTech ones, it's just the Multi-Blocked mods. So we're going to need some steel for those. And then some kind of item transportation. It doesn't make us make a specific one, but here it suggests conveyor belts, and we can like do whichever one we feel inclined to. We have some conveyor belts, we have item conduits. We have a lot of item conduits actually, so we might just go with those. But yeah, let's get started on these. So this is gonna take... let's see, can I bookmark this recipe? Doesn't look like it. I can bookmark all of these items individually, though. So we're gonna need 3 of these. And the way we're going to build them is that the top and bottom are this sandwich of the bricked bronze holes. So we're just going to build these on top of each other. It's going to be like a tower of coke ovens. And I forget, can you rotate these? I don't know if you can rotate these on their side, because maybe having like a flat column of them would be interesting. But yeah, we're going to need 3 of these, 12 of those. I guess if we're making a sandwich of 3 of them, we're going to have 4 layers of 9. So that's going to be 36 of those. 3, 3, and 3. So that's what we're going to need for all of these. We're actually crafting these. We're going to need... It looks like these all use the same item here. So we're going to need 9 of these guys. And then... how many of these do we currently have? We currently have 3, huh? Okay, we're gonna need bricked bronze hole. That's actually gonna be a lot of bronze. We can also use a bronze hole in a alloy smelter to make 2 of them. Is this more resource efficient? This takes 4 bronze plates and 1 brass plate. And to make one of these takes 6. That is actually slightly more resource efficient. It saves us on bronze specifically. Barely, but it is something. So, let's see. 36 of these, and we already have 3. So we're going to need 33 of those. which means we're going to need 17 of these guys. Okay, that do be a lot of bronze, and brass as well. We don't really have that much brass. Zinc. We do have zinc to make more brass with, but I'm wondering if we want to do that. How much brass do we have? We have 2 brass plates and 21 ingots, so we're going to need more brass. Honestly, let's just make more brass. It's going to be fine. And brass is a ratio of 3, I believe. 3 to 1 of copper and zinc. So this is going to make our brass. These brass ingots, let's go ahead and turn those into plates, and then we're going to need a few more after that. And then bronze plates. Okay, we're going to need a lot of bronze here. How much bronze do we currently have? 4 plates, that is. Actual ingots of bronze? None. Okay, so we need a ton of bronze. Let's just do... Let's do a set of this. Let's do 2 sets of this, actually. So that's going to be plenty of bronze for us. And the copper is going to keep going in there. I'm kind of worried about this jamming up, though. Wait, where did I didn't even bring the ingots with me. Whoopsie. I'll take those. Yeah, so if copper gets in both of these slots, this is going to jam up. So I would actually like to get the zinc out of here and put the tin in before the copper, like, potentially overflows this. And our fuel is looking good over here right now. Plenty of extra sticks to go. Whoops. Oh! I totally just remembered. So last time I was kind of going on about, like, the volume of blocks, and I did find out that this muffler mod does actually work for these blocks. The only thing is that it only works when the sound isn't being played. So you have to stop the sound, and then when it replays, it will replay it at the adjusted volume. So what was happening was that I was trying to adjust it, and it wasn't adjusting it in real time. So I thought it wasn't working, but it does in fact work. So that is some good information for us to know. If anything's too noisy, I can try to use that mod. And for the GregTech machine specifically, if I just smash them with a metal hammer, I right-click them with a metal hammer, that's also going to quiet them as well. That's going to put the muffler on. That was the effect I was looking for that I could not remember what it was called. Alright. Looks like we're going to need a decent number of bricks, too. Do we have enough bricks? Not really. And we hardly even really have enough clay for that either. So let's do a quick restocking of our nets in the void world over there. We could just go use the basic work table, it's fine. Let's get half a stack of strings, and let's turn this into... Oh, do we have shears over here, though? Okay, we're gonna go need to get shears. This enchanted shear does not work in there, so... We can just use flint shears, to be honest. We're not doing enough recipes in there to justify better. In fact, we're, like, hardly doing any recipes in this at all anymore, so... Alright, there's some dense nets, and... To use these, we just combine them with sticks. Sure do. Let's get 4. Excuse me. We don't have enough sticks in our storage. Alright, stock up some sticks. And there we go. There's our 4 strainers. Let's go put the strainers to go. We also need to cook these clays up, though, so I'm going to put the clays to cook while we run over to the Void World. Pick our lotuses really quick. Oh yeah, and I forgot that last time I processed a bunch of that magnetite we put to grind up. And the galena and ore as well, so there's some metals for us. Let's go to the Void World. I did also go and grab some lava to restock on our melter and our furnace. I'm just like starting to do a little bit of stuff off camera. Like I'm not sure if I'm gonna continue doing mining trips off camera, even if I accelerate them. I don't know yet. I'll see. Um, even though accelerating is like kind of a pretty light edit, it still like requires me to go and render the whole video whenever I um go and uh like do even minor edits to it. So okay, so let's put one stack of iron and charcoal in here. I had grabbed two stacks, but then I came over here and I remembered, oh yeah, the smelter's currently in use, and if we put multiple things in there, they might get crossed over and mess up, so. Alright, there's our 34 brass plates we're going to need. Next, we just need the bronze plates, which I'm currently working on. That's going to take a while to cook up, but we're going to be doing some other things in the meantime, because we also need to get some magic stuff going. So finally, time for magic. We're also going to need a great wood sapling. Do we have to... Yeah, we have to craft that. Okay. So we can craft this with a pure daisy. We have a pure daisy. That one's not a problem. Glass lens. Okay, so glass lens is going to be our first foray into actual magic mod. Well, we did some Thumbcraft earlier, I guess. That's not true. I.e., here's our Thumbcraft setup. It's kind of sad, but it is something. But we're going to have to do Astral Sorcery, and we can only do Astral Sorcery at night for the most part. So we had better hurry up. We have like 3 minutes before it's daytime. And do some Astral Sorcery. So first thing we need is going to be a Luminous Crafting Table. So let us make one of these. Looks like we need some mana. Fair bit of mana, actually. I'm going to use our Reservoir. Reservoir acts as a bucket when you use it in the world. I also put a muffler over here by our sheep so they're not super noisy every time we walk by. I'm going to go over here and grab this mana puddle specifically because it's going to annoy me when I pick up the mana and it starts spilling everywhere, and I'm picking this one because it is out of the way. So I got 8 buckets, that's how much a table can hold. So we're going to be able to put these in a table and then have 8 buckets worth of stuff to craft with. Let's see, this one's got water and the rest are empty. Let's just put it back here. There's our 8 buckets of mana. We're going to need some marble. And what kind of marble does this accept? Is it like any marble? We mined some marble earlier, so it might accept that. We're going to need a crafting table. So there's our crafting table. Where's our marble? Okay, it doesn't accept this kind. What about if we smelt it? Can we chisel this marble? We cannot chisel this marble. So we're going to have to smelt this marble to make it a usable type of marble. We do have some regular marble, though, that I got from something. So let's go ahead and use this. That should work, right? Yep, there it is. Okay. And then we need a sooty marble as well. So for that, we're going to need an Astral Marble Sorcery specific. And then we're going to need to use the good old alchemy array. It's been a while since we used that. We could also use any type of stone with charcoal. To be honest, let's just do that. That'll be easy as well. So we need 6 for that, and then let's take the rest of the 10 and this charcoal and make the sooty marble really quick. Excuse me, charcoal. I am going to interrupt momentarily. We can actually put these... Oh, can we put these back, though? I don't want there to be a collision of ingredients here. Let's just not put too much stuff in there. I don't want everything to crash out and break. Okay. So we can make our thingamabob now. And a saw. Okay, please craft, hurry, go, 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 go. I don't know why I'm hurrying because I have our table here, right? But what am I gonna do about this table? Or what am I gonna do with this table? It's daytime now. Here's our little graph that shows us, or our little indicator that shows us how much starlight is available, which is pretty low because it's like daytime, as you can see. But we can set up so that the rest of the stuff is ready to go. So we did that quest. Let's look at our Lucky Star chapter. This is the Astral Sorcery Medal. So star metal ore is mined on the moon. You cannot create this by starlight transformation, as the journal indicates. This is only found on Luna. Okay. Thank you. Liquid starlight. To make liquid starlight, we are going to need a light well, which needs a glass lens. We can make that on the lathe with a glass pane, or we can make it in a casting basin with a gem cast. We have a lathe, so we'll just do that, I think. Is this used for anything else that we might make? Do I want to make multiple? We probably are going to want multiple, the heck is this? A camera. We probably will want multiple of the, these things, light wells, in the future. So I guess I might as well just put a stack of, glass lenses there to cook up. Whoops. Oh, yeah. Okay, I meant to do that. So there's some commands here to claim all of the starlight researches. So normally when you're playing Astral Sorcery, you have to go through the book and you have to do the book and get all the research, but this makes you just skip all that and then you don't have to do that. Okay, and then Ruined Marble is the special one we have to craft with steel wires, so nice of them to give us those. Sextant shows us how to make things. Aquamarines. Okay, aquamarines are a key ingredient to processing. You may have the technology to refine them from sapphire. You can find them in ancient temples. Oh, so we're gonna... Sapphire dust? No, we can totally get sapphire dust. We just haven't mined any sapphire. And autoclave, we can do that eventually. But for now, it's suggesting that we go find them in the world. So we can do that. That's not too bad. What else do we need for this? Let's get our glass panes going. Not that kind of glass pane, this kind of glass pane. Okay, just some glass in a, like the vanilla recipe, basically. Wait a second. I thought it was the vanilla recipe. What was that recipe I just saw? Oh, that's funny. If you chisel the glass, then you can make it bordered. Seems a little cheesy, but you know what? I will indulge for the moment. So let's... Oh, you can't chisel the chisel, of course. So make some glass, and then we can chisel the glass without having to use machines. And then this should lathe. Where's our lathe? There's some bronze. Do we have more bronze ready to squeeze up? We sure do. That's gonna make more than a stack. Lathe this glass, please. Oh, wow, that's using a lot of power. Are we making enough steam to support that operation? Because that's using 64 EU per tick of steam. This is making 15, 6, 6, and 6. So that's making 18. No, we are not making enough steam for that, not even close. So let's put our battery in there, because it's going to run out of power. We're going to run out of a steam buffer here soon. You can actually see our steam buffer if we do look down at this pipe. This pipe holds 20 millibuckets, or 20 buckets of steam, and so does the next pipe, etc. Whenever these pipes start to get empty, then that's our buffer slowly draining. So yeah, this one's like borderline empty. That one's still got some in it. So right now our buffer's there. That's basically our battery right now. Okay, let's go find some aquamarine. So world map for aquamarine. So we need to go to some temples, and temples we could go to would be like this one over here. We haven't been to such a temple before. There's one over there, there's one over here. We have been up to this iron vein over here, but there's another one over there, and that looks like the only ones we've seen. So right now I'm thinking we'll just kind of go up here to the northwest, past this mountain, and go check out what's over there. One thing I wanted to do though really quick is I bookmarked these items here, the XP drain and the XP shower. Not to be confused with the XP shower. I'm just kidding. It's the same thing, right? Or it's the same words. Homonym? Homogram? I don't know. Here's our XP shower, and here is our XP drain. And the reason I've made this is because... Oh, and we need a tank as well. Let me just use a... Over here we had a tank we could claim, right? Yeah. Let's use this pressurized fluid tank. And we can hop on top of this, and this is going to drain our experience, which is pretty neat, right? But we can use the EXP shower to turn it back into experience. And I think we also need like a pressure plate or a lever. I'm just going to use a pressure plate because that's easy to craft. So we give this a signal. There we go. There's our EXP back, right? So what's the point of that? Well, we can convert the EXP we're holding directly into EXP orbs for our jackhammer. So look at that. We're repairing our jackhammer with this. I think we can also put our EXP hammer... We can put our... Oh, okay. We can just put our jackhammer in here directly. Out of curiosity, does that work for any tool? Let's see. Durability 101 and 203. No, we can't put that in there. Does it have to be mending for us to be able to repair it? Yeah, maybe this is only for mending stuff. Well, okay. Well, now we know we don't even have to cheese it with the drain there. We can just, or the shower, we can just throw it in the tank. I forgot that feature existed. Oh, and there's also one other thing we're kind of gonna start pushing it up against here. So food supply. We do not have a steady source of food, and I've just been eating quest rewards. And, well, we're out of quest rewards that give food. So we're going to need to figure out an actual food supply in the very, very near future. A common food supply is sandwich, because in this mod pack you have a penalty for eating the same food so many times, but these are like 3 of the same ingredients. They just use a nut butter of some kind, bread, and then a different jelly. So you can make a bunch of different foods, which are like in practice they are 2/3 the same food, but in actual use they are recognized as different foods. I'm picking up some plums so we can make it into some plum jelly. Plum jelly? Yeah, look at that. Plum jelly sandwich. Yum yum, right? Mmm. Anyways, do you think they have avocado jelly sandwich? Please no. Okay, the Pam's Harvest Craft. I guess Pam is a sensible person. Avocado would turn into a cooking oil or used as a topping on some dishes. Gooseberry? Do you make gooseberry jelly? Gooseberry jelly. Yep, we can get some gooseberry sandwiches at some point. Okay, anyways, we're getting distracted. Let's get back on track here. Walnuts we'll actually need for the butter. Well, not walnuts specifically. We're going to need some kind of nut for the butter, though. And usually peanuts are good because you can just plant them in the ground and then it's like, hey, peanuts. And you're like, cool, peanuts. Peanut butter jelly. Oh, what's this? We got a kind of like a astral sorcery structure, but it's not like a not like a standard one. It's like kind of a random world generated one. I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up just so we have a good supply of marble. We will need a lot of marble for astral sorcery shenanigans. And I have fallen in this mana pool on accident. Okay, let's get out of there. I would like to mine that last staircase of marble up there, please. Thank you. Marble stairs. It's probably used in the construction of a astral sorcery multi-block. Gooseberry. Okay. So we are going this way. This is a lead vein here. Here's a lapis vein. You're probably noticing I'm not marking too many veins, and that's because, like, there's a lot of ores in a vein, and, like, we don't really have to worry about finding a ton of different veins for more common materials unless we're, like, running out of those materials, so for now, I'm only going to mark what we see if it's something we haven't really discovered yet. Alright, here's our Astral Sorcery Temple. I believe there is a chest underneath here. Aha. And a troll. Okay. That was unexpected. To say the least, that was unexpected. And it's becoming nighttime now. Oh no. We might be without our stuff here. They got me. I don't know even what to do or say about that. It's gonna be too dark to head over there, and yeah, they got me. Okay, so I guess I'm going to have to, in the meantime, work on some stuff here. And unfortunately, I had my hammer and wrench on me, so this might be a little annoying. I might need to make a new one of those as well. We will manage, though. Okay, so for the food situation I was mentioning on the way, we are looking at doing sandwiches, which means we're going to need a way to make bread. And bread's not just put wheat in a furnace. Oh, no, no. We're going to need alchemy to make bread, or rice dough, or dough. You don't cook wheat to make bread. Have you tried that? It doesn't work. To make dough, we need to put flour and salt in a mixer with some water. That doesn't seem too bad. Salt, I think we found actually in, we can go to the ocean and get some salt. So salt should be, and I think we should have salt somewhere, right? Yeah, look at that. We already have 4 salts. Flour, I think we just grind up wheat. Yeah, grind up wheat in the macerator. So that's going to be the easy part, is the salt and the flour, but we need a mixer to actually make the dough. So let us make a mixer. And of course, I immediately see it needs a tin rotor. Do we have a tin rotor? Oh, yes, we do. Thank goodness. Whoops, I didn't mean to bookmark it again. What are we missing for this? We have 10 LV circuits. We are missing the machine hole. And we're missing the LV machine casing. I don't actually need a wrench for this, because we can go over and use our assembling machine. We put it on recipe number 8, and that's going to make the casing for us. So there's the LV machine casing. Then, with the LV machine casing, we can use polyethylene. We don't have that. Okay. Just use this recipe for now. There we go, and this should make our mixer. Boom, mixer complete. And we had a quest reward for that. What does it give us? Is it up here? Is it in the chemistry chapter? Aha, it is in the chemistry chapter. Yo, 3 more LV motors. I will accept that. Let's put down some more mana steel wires. And our mixer is just going to go right here for now. So there we go, mixer. And we can just throw in salt and wheat flour in there, and we're going to get dough. And then dough we can make into bread. And then bread we can make into sandwiches. Heck yeah. Let's put some wheat to grind up. Each wheat makes 4 dough, which makes 4 sandwiches, so that's, like, going to be a lot of wheat just from that. We're also going to need more salt, though. Can we get salt some other way other than going to the ocean to get it? So unsurprisingly, you can grind up some salt for it. Okay. Where does salt ore come from? Do we have access to salt ore? Alchemist mineral. I don't know where that comes from. Salt ore. No, I don't think we have access to salt ore in this, not in this dimension at least, or without, not just like naturally in the ground. Okay, well... So salt is going to be locked behind ocean. So we found salt over here previously. We'll have to go back down here. I don't know if the salt is just going to be on along the riverbed. I think the salt you might have to specifically go to the ocean for. Okay. I'm going to stick these wires over here as well because we're probably going to need them imminently, soonishly. I don't know. Whatever adverbally you want to describe for that. Okay. So mixer is done. Our glass lenses still going? Oh, geez. You know what? I'm going to, I was going to say I'm going to accelerate our steam production, but I can't even do that. I'm going to... I don't have a pickaxe. Oh my gosh, I can't do anything. Maybe we should look to see, like, how do we actually make progress while we're waiting for it to become daytime again. I was like, it's so bright out here. Is it daytime? No, it's just all of my candles out there. Okay, stuff we can do. Let's look at our magic chapter really quick. And we need a wand to craft with this stuff, right? None of these quests are for the wand. Here's the wand, okay. So the resonating wand. Oh no, that needs more brass. It needs a demonic will also. Oh, what? To get a demonic will, we're gonna have to use a snare. Look at this, we're like getting into 4 different mods at the same time. Do we have low covalence dust? Coagulated blood drop. Oh, what is this, though? Suddenly need so much stuff. Okay. One step at a time. So, low covalence dust, we have that. We don't have a lot, but we do have some. Glass shards we can cook in the clay kiln, that's okay. Coagulated blood. So, to get blood, we want to put it in the melter, and to get blood from that, we need to cook rotten flesh, which we have not terribly a lot of, to be honest. That's only enough for, like, a few... Let's see, this takes 160 millibuckets to make 1 coagulated blood, and 1 rotten flesh only gets us 40. So this is only enough for, like, one freaking, drop. And we need 1 drop per set of snares. Do we need more snares? Potentially. Let's just go with what we have at least, though, so we're at least making some kind of progress. We are going to need to take some sand to our little kilns in the Void World again. Oh, 2 trips to the Void World this episode, huh? Let's turn off our redstone clock because we want to use this side to make the blood in the table. So that's going to cook up rather quickly, actually. And there we go. There's our 1 drop. Let's go over to the Void World. We need to take our drying system. Do we want to leave our drying racks over here, to be honest? We could just bring them back to the overworld. I might just take these back with me because it's kind of like... These don't really have a purpose to be over here. These would be annoying to set back up in the overworld, so that's why I'm kind of resistant to doing that. Oh yeah, glass. Let's get some sand, and sand. Alright, that's going to turn into glass shards. Let me take a moment here to just pick up this setup. I'm just going to use vein mining to vein mine all of this. I'm going to mine one of these chests. And wonder where it went. It went into the whoppers, most likely. Alright, and then I'm going to... Can't exactly put a chest in here, can I? There we go. Connect these chests together so I can vein mine them all. And then mine this whopper. There we go. And then I might as well take this chest with me. Lots of honey. That's good. And glass shards. Okay. So we've got stuff. Yo, we can eat honey. There we go. Alright. So where do I want the drying racks to be? I'll just stick them, like, over here. We'll be fine. And because we have a better automation system, we don't all need all this junk to automate this. I'm just going to use... being really lazy here about building. Whoops. Don't dry the drying rack. So here is our going to be our drying rack setup. And then let me grab a... we have the chests. Item conduit, that's what I'm looking for. Item conduit is going to go up here. And we are going to insert into all of these. We're going to need to extract as well. Let's extract on red. Extract on red and insert on green. Insert on green, extract on red, and then insert on green, extract on red. This chest is going to insert on red. And then we need another chest on top. Oh, geez. And we're going to tell this chest extract on green. So this should work just how it was working before. Nice. Okay. And then all this honey, I'm just going to throw it in here for now. We need a better cooking chest at some point. But this works for now. And we can go ahead and make our snare now. Oh, no we can't. We need to wait for the blood to dry up. Okay. We can go get our body now. Because it's daytime. So I'm actually going to cut my travel time here. And I will see you once I'm closer over there. Hopefully I don't get killed again. See you in a sec. Okay, we are coming up on the temple here. So yeah, we're going to need to figure out how to actually get our body back if this troll is still down here. Looks like he has left the premises. Okay, we are safe. Ooh, that was annoying. Alright, well, let's look for a treasure. Loot chest. Let's go. Aquamarine, diamond. Ender pearl. Oh, ender pearl I've actually been really wanting. Let's get some of the junk out of our inventory really quick. What do we not really need? I will keep my head just because it's good to have mob heads. We need to get rid of one more thing in here. Oh, we have our satchel. Let's put some of this marble in our satchel. Okay. There we go. And I'm definitely going to collect all of the ruined marble here at minimum. Engraved marble as well. Oh yeah, more aquamarine. Some bones. Sure. So question is, do I want to collect all of the marble here? We're going to need a good amount of marble, but like right now it's not honestly a massive concern. So let's just go ahead and grab a big scoop of it, and this is going to be probably enough for our needs for the moment. There's also this crystal here. We can use this crystal for if we need to do starlight crafting off of that crystal later without having to make our own, because we can't make those crystals yet. Got our first ender pearl, though. That's good, I guess. Let's put all of our marble and stuff in this chest for now. And I think the rest of this we can just quick deposit. Aquamarine will stick over here for now. Aquamarine's a magic thing. Let's put that in our magic chest. Oh, let's put the marble in our magic chest, actually. That's a good point. Good point, yes. Alright, put my face in here. Thought I had a copy of my face somewhere else, but I guess not. Oh, I do, actually. Hold on. That's weird. I'm not sure why they don't stack. Face problems, I guess, right? Okay. Marble cobblestone. So marble cobblestone has basically no use, except turning into marble, which we can either do in a furnace, or we can use with an extruder in a block shape. Honestly, I'm just going to use our furnace, because that just costs lava, and lava is basically free. So let's just stick these all in here. Oh, we couldn't even put them all in there. Okay. Oh, we can. I just took some out on accident. There we go. Get our bricks out of there as well, because we still need 51 bricks. How many bricks do we currently have? 25? So we need 26 bricks. 10 more bricks. 2 more bricks. There we go. There's the 51 bricks we need. The rest of these can go back. Put our berries and avocado in here. Not the chisel, just the berries, please. Thank you. Oh, and we also want to go mine some salt while while it's daytime. So let's go get some salt real quick for our flour. Do we have our boats on us? Do we think it's going to be faster to run to the shore and take a boat, or just run straight to the ocean? Let's just try running straight to the ocean. That way we can also pick up, like, nuts and stuff on the way. Hazelnuts. Sure, this can turn into a nut butter, right? I'm sorry, apparently not. Okay. Also, it turns into this weird, buggy hazelnut piece, so... Yeah, we're not gonna keep these. Sorry, hazelnuts. Goodbye. Plums, though, I'm pretty sure we have plum jam. Hazelnut can become non-existent, for all I care. Alright, and we haven't actually walked the jungle over here too much. Oh yeah, the Crimson Praetor, I keep forgetting he was a thing. He's under this mountain, basically. I moved him down there so that we can deal with him later when we're ready to deal with such things. Oh, Ghost Orchid is here. This is a Limonite, I believe, so we should definitely mark this. We don't have a Limonite written, marked off or anything. Where's our chunk vein? Oh, I forgot that I did in-game info enable / disable. I turned it off just because it was like popping up and it's like, we don't really need this constantly on. So here we go. Here is iron limonite. We can make it yellow. Sure, that seems fine. I think I made our other one over here orange. Limonite is kind of like a yellow, so there we go. All right. And we are here at the ocean. Let's not die going down. What is this? A cherry? Just saw something weird on the tree that caught my eye. Okay. Not too bad in the fall damage department. Now we are here for salt. And what does salt look like? Is this salt? I believe this is salt. What tool does this use? It probably uses a shovel, which we don't have, so I'm just going to vein mine it with my hand. Please vein mine. Nice. Yo, and that was a ton of salt. Holy, that was over 2 stacks of salt. This is clay, right? I don't need clay from here, but just checking if that's what it is. It is indeed clay. Okay. While I'm here, like, I might as well just fulfill my salt needs for the foreseeable future. So let's go and grab more salt. I'm going to grab the clay as well, because it's like we're using the strainers for our clay supply, and if we can save some back and forth with the strainers, like, that will... Or future us will appreciate it. How about that phrasing? Alright, more salt. More clay. I see some salt here. Let's grab that. 1 block of salt here. I mean, I'll go ahead and grab it. And then a big pocket of salt here. This is great. Look at that. So much salt. Each salt, remember, is 4 loaves of bread. So it is nothing to sneeze at how much salt we're getting here. This is making me feel salty. Ah. Alright. I think let's gather this salt here, and then we can call it good with our salt and clay. Okay. Yeah, oh, wow, that's a lot of salt. Okay, let's slosh home before it gets too dark. Alright, nice. Let's put our clay in the chest, and our salt is... if I auto-deposit it, it's going to fill a chest. Yeah, oh, we don't need all this salt in here. Let's make another chest up here. I'm going to make a chest just for our sandwich ingredients. So it's going to include salt. It's going to include honey, I believe, too, because we use honey to make jellies. So let's do, like, half of these, just not to overfill it, and then let's use anything that we're going to turn into jellies here. So we're going to definitely do plums. Is this the only thing I have to make jellies out of? Might need to see about getting some more stuff I can actually make jelly with. Anything else I can do with sugar? Or not sugar. This is honey. Sweet and sour sauce, sweet pickle, sweet tea. We can just turn it straight into sugar as well. That might be good to know. But it also counts as sugar for the purpose of crafting. Oh, apples. Apples are something we have over here, actually. We can make apple jelly. That's a good one. So yeah, I'm noticing we don't actually have a great deal of jellies. Let's look in our lunchbox. We had some foods in our lunchbox, right? Red velvet cupcakes. Oh, blueberries. Which we can make into light blue dye. Okay, never mind. We can't make that into sandwiches. We do have some sandwiches in here, though, now that I'm looking, though. Honey sandwich. Oh. Okay, so honey sandwich just uses honey and butter, and that makes a sandwich, but it's like... It's, one less saturation. So I'm going to put that on our potential list. I'm going to do a quick pause in recording, and then we will resume shortly. Okay, we are back. And I'm going to eat some of the sandwiches we have in here, because my character is starting to get pretty hungry. Okay. Let's put this back in here. So yeah, we're going to need some other sources of fruits we can turn into jellies. But for now, let us continue with whatever we are even doing. I had an interruption here, so I'm trying to get back on remembering what I was even doing. Okay, so we can get the marble that we put in here. We don't really need all of this marble, or we don't need it right now, rather, but we will need it at some point. Probably. And then this over here is made... I was going to say it made a recovery, but apparently it has not made a recovery. Let's speed up the steam production here to help this catch up. And we'll even speed up the generator here, which I think works, right? This can take up to 4 amps, so is this machine getting power now? It looks like it's charging the other machines rather than actually charging that battery, so I don't know if it can actually give excess power to batteries and stuff, because I think the machine is the entity limited in receiving power here. Anyways, cool. How's our alloy smelter over here going? Got a bunch of crude iron. Oh, I thought I put more than that to go. I guess I only had put one stack in there. I'll just come back for that later. let's look at what we actually were needing next. It was the light well, right? We can also do this rudimentary snare. We're gonna need one of these. How do we get a tool cutter? So tool $ tool cutter. We don't have any of these. We can just make one really easily. We can use iron, sure, why not? So there's a tool cutters for this table. And what else did we need? We don't need any fluids. Okay, so we just need to grab our other stuff and we should be good to go. Goodbye, sheep. Walked in the wrong house. Anyways. We needed covalence dust. And we have the glass shards. I'm going to put the rest of the glass shards in here, and then we need the drop of blood, which should be done drying up. Sure is. Alright. Let's not eat it on accident. And forgot where I was going. Goes over here in this table. And rudimentary snare. Nice. So rudimentary snare gives us... the way to get a will. So demonic will specifically is what we're after. Can be obtained by killing a mob with a sentient weapon or throwing a snare at a mob and killing it while it has white particles. Okay. Where's that sheep that we just killed? Whoopsie. Well, I guess out we go to find some mobs. I forget if this even works on passive mobs. I think it might need to be an aggressive mob. Let's see. Oh, there it goes. There's the particles, and he didn't drop any. Let's go try to find, like, a zombie or something. Zombie or skeleton. Hopefully a zombie, because skeletons suck. There's a zombie, I believe. Hello. Hello. Seems a little confused that I threw that at him. Alright, there we go. Got our demonic will. I think we're going to need a couple of these, so let me use the rest of my snares to... Well, I was going to say use the rest of my snares to get some souls here, and then I proceeded to get no procs. And also, wow, there's a lot of zombies suddenly. Kill all these dudes, I guess. We did need rotten flesh after all, so... Oh, hello. That guy on my side almost got me. Alright, got some rotten flesh from that at least, I guess. Something. Alright, let's go back. Okay, they're just non-stop coming at me. Grab some pears. Priorities, right? Alright. Oh, I think we can make cherry jam, or is this apple? No, this is cherry. We can make cherry jam, right? Cherry juice, cherry smoothie, cherry jelly, yeah. And then we can make some cherry sandwiches. Alright, I would like to make my... A chestnut? Can we make nut butter out of chestnut? Yo, we can make chestnut butter. Sir, have you seen my... Nope, he has not. Okay. But we're going to want something that grows on the ground, ideally, not something that grows in trees, because stuff that grows in trees is a little bit annoying to harvest. So here, let's throw this in here, chestnuts, and that goes in there. Demonic will can go in our magic chest. Alright. Okay, so we needed... I'm getting, like, off track at Mana Well. Oh, Mana Well's over here. Okay. So how... Question, inquiry, how are we going to get a rock crystal? Or the Mana Well? That's a good question. We might need to go underground to get rock crystal ore first. So for that, we will need this. I'm sorry, you did not bookmark the recipe correctly there. so let's get our marble that we're going to need for that. 2 pieces of marble, 2 brass plates, and then the demonic wheel we got. Okay. And this is just made in the luminous crafting table. Oh, and it's made in the... Okay. I was like, how do you make it in the luminous crafting table when it's the wrench for that table? That's the thing. You use a different table to make your first one. Hooray! It even gave us some aquamarine. So the next task, beneath the surface you'll find long fossilized crystals of starlight. You'll find them when you put the resonating wand in your hand or offhand and look across the surface at night. You'll find faint streams of sparkles indicating where you should dig down. While near bedrock, there's a small effect that you can be seen with a keen eye. Unfortunate tools to mine this is highly recommended. So what's it talking about here? So I should see an effect on the surface? Does it need to be nighttime, perhaps? Can we see it in here, maybe? Let's see if we go downstairs where it's a little bit darker. Do we see it in here? No, I'm not seeing anything. We might need to use some other methods to find our thing. I think we can see it with an ore scanner as well. So we're going to go underground here in a second. Alright, so now with our wand, we're going to be able to make our... Well, the point of the wand was to go underground and get some ores. And you can see I actually had to pause my recording there a little bit. So now it is nighttime, and now we'll be seeing this. Okay, so there are these indicators here on top of the surface. That's good to know, I guess. More importantly, though, let's go down to our vein, and do we see anything down here? Oh, we sure do. Look at that. We can see some stuff off in the distance over there. Let's see. What's going to be the safest way to get down here? This area is still kind of unsafe, so let's go and maybe make a new downwards tunnel in this direction. And I have candles, right? Oh, I do not have candles. Let's go to Slash Home and get some more candles really quick first. Alright. Oh, okay, so what ended up being like, I'll step away and be back in a second, actually ended up being, I need to step away for like 4 hours. So I need to remember what I was doing. Let me look to see what's in my inventory. Yes, we were about to go back down underground to mine up some... what's it called? Some... Not the celestial crystals, rock crystals. Yes, yes, that's what it is. Okay. We are... good. Alright. Let me clean up some inventory space. I needed torches. Yes, that's what happened. I ran out of torches while I was under there. Alright. Let me just manage my inventory really quick a bit here. I have some charcoal. I'll just throw it with this iron to turn into steel. Go ahead and give the charcoal a boost down there so it can start working. And let's go back underground. So I think we have the ore scanner as well as the resonating one. Both of these are going to help us find these rock crystals. Yeah, so there's some sparkles coming over there. But I think if we do this thing, yeah, I think that's also highlighting our rock crystals there. So let's go ahead and go towards them. And then, oh, really quick, actually, I think, does fortune affect rock crystals? Because we can make a fortune pickaxe. Does fortune affect rock crystals? Astral sorcery. Fortune. How about I look this up and then get back to you once I figure it out? Be right back, one sec. Okay. According to a post on the FTB wiki, fortune does affect the drop count. So, I'm gonna go back home, because I believe we can actually make a fortune pickaxe of some kind. I think a thumb, not... Ooh, what is this? I would like fortune X, but, I don't think we can afford this recipe or have an assembly line or molten infinity. Yeah, we don't have that stuff. Color me surprised. Let's put the tools I don't currently need back in here. Put the chisel I don't currently need back in the EMC grid, which also repairs it, which is kind of funny, so kind of cheesing the EMC. So let's look at pickaxe really quick with thaumium specifically. So thaumium gets Fortune 2 on the pickaxe. Where is the mining hammer? Mining hammer, Fortune 2. Okay, let's do a thaumium pickaxe really quick. We just need one more ingot in here to be able to pull this off. Uh oh, I forgot we have this mess running over here. Okay, we're gonna need some, let's get this glass pane out of here. We're gonna need some acceleration here to get this done. And oh no, we're out of sticks as well. Oh no. So the reason I'm using sticks is because basically all of these sticks I just pulled is like half an obsidian, and you saw how fast it took me to, how long it took me to mine obsidian. It was basically nothing, so sticks are like basically free fuel. Alright, let's spin up our furnaces. Speed those up as well by a little bit. Get our steam generator going. And that should give us enough energy to run our vending machine on one thaumium plate. That's all we need, really. And hopefully it's enough to last that. Here, I'll pull that generator to maximum acceleration as well. Hopefully that's enough to finish these glass panes. Because it should start putting the excess battery in, or the excess energy into... What is hissing over here? Oh, that, because yes, that makes sense. It's not actually putting the excess energy into that battery, which makes me think that even though I have this tick accelerated, it's not actually able to supply the blocks any faster than they are set to input. So in other words, this is literally never going to charge that battery, and that's just going to be running off of the steam turbine going full bore for the entire time of this recipe. Hopefully we have enough steam in here to be able to support that. I think we should be okay. Okay. We also need like way more bronze plates than this. So let me... If I put this in here, is it gonna crash the lathe? No, the lathe seems okay. And our pipe there seems okay as well. Alright, so yeah, that's just gonna be stuck there for a bit until the lathe finishes. And that's totally okay. Alright, thaumium pickaxe we wanted. As far as I know, we can't get a better fortune. Well, we could, but I'm going to settle with this. Because, to get a better fortune pickaxe, we would need to use our Tinker's construct stuff. And then we need to throw a bunch of lapis on a tool. Which is, like, fine. I just don't feel like doing it right now. And we can't make good Tinker's construct tools yet. Because in order to do that, we need MV, we need medium voltage to be able to use the extruder. Okay, so our star ores is showing down there, but like where's our ore scanner showing us? Ore scanner. Yeah, it is showing it down there. Okay, down we go. And I have done the good old invisible block glitch. I love that. Spoilers, I don't actually love that. Whoops, and I just accelerated that stone block. Accelerated it for what? I don't know, entropy, maybe? Alright, so we should be able to just see our crystals here. It's kind of like shining all over the place, though. Let's just use our ore scanner. Yeah, here we go. Oh no, I mined it with the drill on accident. Here we go. Looks like I might have mined 2 of them even, so that's unfortunate. All right, and then there should be one more in this direction. Yep, over here. Let me not mine into it this time. Mine carefully. All right, where are we at? Oh, right here. Are you lying to me? Nope, there it is. Okay. All right, cool. And that gives us a nice chunk of rock crystals for now. Are there any nearby? So there's one that way, there's one that way, and there's a couple over that direction. I think we're sufficient for now. Let's go back maybe and look at what our situation is looking like on the other side of the magnetite vein. I would be curious about that because we have mostly dug up that area. Did I just go straight through the lava? I sure did. I'm like, why did the blocks get so dark? Because we went directly underneath the lava. Alright, any ores to be scanned in this area? Aha. So, let's go over and grab this one. These are pretty sparsely spaced apart, as you can see. Alright, got that one. And then our last one is going to be over there. Trying to be careful not to mine it. Also, I hear lava. Generally, not falling into lava is a good idea. There we go. Alright, got a bunch of rock crystals. Let's go back home. And let's make our light well. So to make a light well, we need iron plates. Let me make a few of them, because we're going to need several over the course of our playthrough. But for now, we can start with a few. Where did I actually put those lenses I made? Like, I made them, and then did I not put them anywhere? Oh, no, they're all still sitting here in the lathe. Okay, cool. And then we're going to need some ruined marble. And then chiseled marble. Does it have to be chiseled marble? It does need to be chiseled marble. Okay. Let me put a few of these in here. Basalt is a rock that goes in our rocks and stuff chest. Yo, why do we have a rocks and stuff? Oh, this isn't a rocks and stuff chest. Sorry, this is like a builder stuff chest. The rocks and stuff chest would be over here. Can't we do something with basalt as well? Turn it into basalt dust, which looks like it's a magnesium, iron, and silicon oxide, and calcium carbonate silicon oxide ore. What do those turn into? Olivine, calcite, flint, and ash. Okay. Fair enough. Basalt goes in the rock folder. The end. And then I put my rock crystals in the wrong chest as well. I think we can make something like a filing cabinet or cabinet. There was something that accepted non-stackable items. Let me see if I can remember. Is it an Ender Utilities item? Ender Utilities. What was the item that accepted junk storage unit? That's the one. And then to make that, we need a handy small chest, which needs stuff we can't make. Okay, never mind. Back to this recipe then. We have a few rock crystals put away. Let's get our ruined marbles. Let's make a few more ruined marbles as well. We're going to need chisel marbles for that. How do you make chiseled marbles? We can just chisel them with a chisel. Okay, easy enough. I'm gonna aim for like, I don't know, 4 light wells seems okay for now. So for 4 light wells, we're going to need 12 rune marbles. Rune marbles are going to need... Oh, that's interesting. This does not recognize what kind of marble that is. Anyways, we're going to need some fine steel wires, which means we put a steel ingot through the wire mill. Let's just put all of these steel ingots through the wire mill. with recipe number 3. Go. I know that's pretty quick, but I have stuff to do, so out of my way. Okay, and then we need chiseled marble and marble. So we have a bunch of different types of marble here. We have some chiseled marble already. And I'm just going to take like the other random bits of marble. Let's go ahead and go into our arcane workbench and... Oh shoot, not that recipe. Here we go. This one. And, oh, what else? Does this need something else? Oh, it needs ordo crystals. Oh no. Hold up. Do we have ordo crystals? We do, but not that many. Actually, I'm gonna just take all of my ordo crystals. We're gonna go need to get some of those, and I believe those come from a ordo infused gem. Which vein is that in? That is in ordo entropy vein and Euclides prime. No, we're not on Euclides climb. Magical vein in the magical forest, and then a dyer's anklet in a cold biome. That's also where it has sapphire, so we're gonna need those things eventually. Anyways, let's go ahead and grab all of our rune marble. And then to make this, we're gonna specifically need chiseled marble. Chisel, hello, I would like you back now. We're gonna need another couple bits of marble as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and... Where's our chiseled marble here? Whoops, I did not mean to chisel that one. Here it is, chiseled marble. So it's kind of down here-ish, next to where I have the lens. Chiseling all of my marble to be chiseled. Okay, and there's our 8 chiseled marble. We have our 4 lenses. Why did I put 4 lenses away and keep 12 on me? Okay, we have rock crystals, and these have different stats on them. That's why they don't stack. So I'm just gonna actually put them all in here and then like take what looks to be like the lowest size. So this is a 96, that's pretty small looking. A 99, those are bigger. Do we have anything smaller than that? I don't actually know what these stats mean or what they're for or anything, but here's a 114 and then a 115, sure. All right, and we've got this, and iron plates. We do have those ready to go. All right. And then we just put them in the luminous crafting table, and then I remember, oh yeah, it's not nighttime. We can't actually craft this right now. But it's there for us ready to go once we can. Oh, and I can't stack the rock crystals. Well, that's okay. We can stack everything else in here. So can I craft this? Oh, I might actually be able to craft it. That or this animation is going to play forever and it's never going to craft. Yo, it did it. Okay, let's go. Let's craft the rest of them while we're at it. Yeah, I'll take the aquamarine. I will take a blueberry smoothie. We can make a meal with it, or I can just drink it now. That is what you call short-term planning. Okay, so we have the light well. Now we can make liquid stardust. Alright, last light well. So liquid stardust, if I recall correctly, the higher up you put it, the more it generates. And also, you put into the light well using the sides, and then you have to output from the bottom. The bottom has an orange dot on it, or no, the bottom doesn't have a dot on it, but that's how it works, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to grab some... How do we make liquid stardust? That's a good question. I didn't even look to see how liquid stardust is made. This stuff, please. So we can put rock crystals, aquamarines. So aquamarines last much less than rock crystals. Resonating gems last a little longer, but those we cannot make, and they're also a massive pain to make. We could put Nitor in there. That's actually doesn't seem... Never mind, we don't have glowstone. I was gonna say, that doesn't seem like that bad of a recipe. Mana Diamond, that seems kind of expensive. It is high durability, though. Astral Enriched Egg, this is like gonna be our, this is gonna be one of our go-to things for actually getting it in the future. Let's see, Flawless Gems, we don't really have yet. Nether Star Lens. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, this Primordial Pearl just, like, lasts forever, I guess. Okay. So I think we're going to do some of our extra rock crystals for that. And let's also get a tank of some kind. For now, we can just get, like, a drum. I'd say just, like, a drum would be fine. And let's get some fluid pipes. Let's use our pressurized fluid pipes for these. Let's get a drum. Make sure I don't already have a drum somewhere in here. Do I want to make a bronze drum? No, I was thinking bronze drum actually sounds cool, but then I remember the fact that it's like, yo, we don't have bronze. We need bronze for our one thing. So it's like, oh yeah, let's not do that then. Stone drum. How about a different kind of tank, maybe? Drums are alright, but a different kind of tank might be nicer. I don't think we really have that much. Oh gosh, these are expensive recipes. Maybe, honestly, maybe we just use a seared tank. Like, why not? Let's do a seared tank. So let's get our 8 of these. Let's make a seared tank. We're gonna put Stardust into here. Let's go and get our rock crystals. I'm just gonna grab 4 random ones. I'm not even gonna look at them. I don't... In retrospect, I don't know what stats I'm looking at, what's good, what's not good. And let's quickly set up some pressurized fluid conduits. Oh, but you know what? These are going to be annoying to configure if they're underneath us, so let's put them kind of up in the air. This looks like it'll be good. And then we can plop those up there. Put the tank down under, and start cooking. Alright, so those are filling up slowly. Let's put this to extract. We don't need to put it to insert because I don't think this accepts insertions on the bottom anyways, but I'm going to do it anyways, just in case it does. Alright. And there we go. It goes. In fact, it goes so fast, I don't want it to overflow and waste a bunch of Stardust, so I'm going to sit here and just watch it to make sure it doesn't fill this tank. Alright, I can probably accelerate this a bit. Oh, the time in a bottle hacky graphic effect is making it escape from the edges of this tank. Okay, so the tank is full. It's filling up the pipes now with the fluid. That's why like the tank is full, but the crucibles aren't filling up. The light wells, I mean. Do we think we're gonna need more storage? There we go. Now they're starting to fill up. Since we don't have a lot of rock crystals, I don't want to waste a whole bunch of liquid starlight. These sure give a lot more in there than I remember. Okay, Okay, well, oh, one of them just popped. That means it's empty. Let's go ahead and pick up a reservoir's worth of liquid stardust out of there. And pick up another reservoir's worth, and pick up another reservoir's worth. So, okay, we now have 13 buckets worth on us. There's still 3 of them up here going, but I think they're probably going to be okay. To be honest, these pipes actually hold quite a lot in them. So let's go down. Let's see if we can land in our cauldron. Just kidding, that doesn't negate fall damage. That'd be funny, though. Okay, liquid stardust complete, and we get some fluid conduits. Oh, thank you. I don't need them anymore. Too late. Alright, so for the next tier of altar, we need thaumium, chiseled marble, marble pillars, and then we actually need to make the multi-block structure around this thing. Which I don't remember how to make off the top of my head, but we should go ahead and craft this while it's nighttime and while we have the stuff available. Let me bookmark this recipe here. Thaumium plate times 3. Okay, we'll grab this one and 2 more. I would like thaumium plates, Mr. Metalbender, sir. Oh no, we ran out of power. Whoops. If I had just waited a little bit before speeding it up, we would have been fine, but alas. Alright, so in here, let us put... Oh, we need marble as well, my bad. We need chiseled marble and then 2 pieces of pillars. So there is 2 pillars, and then we're just gonna chisel, I don't know, the stairs? We can chisel the stairs, right? Yo, we can't chisel the stairs? Are the stairs used for anything, then? Like, they might just be useless if you can't chisel the stairs. Oh well. Okay, so chiseled marble, and this should be everything we need to do the craft. Hurry up, go, 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 and... craft away. So, in hindsight, hopefully we don't immediately need this altar. Uh-oh, we might immediately need this altar. Can I cancel the craft? I'm gonna cancel the craft. Why I'm canceling the craft is because we need to get one of these lenses for our tree farm thingamadoo. And... let me see here really quick. We need more glass. Oh no, we do not have glass. How can we make glass really quick? Forming press, okay. Fluid solidifier, okay. Alloy smelter with glass? I think I've done goofed. We need more glass panes, but okay, let me just put the recipe back in here. And hope it can still finish. I think I can time accelerate it a bit. This is important because it's going to become daytime if we do not time accelerate it. And yeah, we finished our altar. Cool. So now we have a slight problem in that we can't use this altar until we build the multi-block around it. But we have it now, so that's the thing, I guess. I'm going to want to figure out where to actually build this. Normally, we put them kind of high up in a place, and then they get more moonlight. So that's what I'm thinking. In any case, we've definitely done a lot this episode. We are going to call it for today. If you are enjoying the series, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, etc. I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.